All right, guys, we are back. It is UFC Mexico City, actually. It's UFC Fight Night, Moreno versus Royval 2. This is Beat The Line Broadcast, episode 21. I'm your host, Pegasus Picks. I'm along with Dravhy and Key3Picks. So, do we want to go over a quick recap last week on how wrong you guys were about Cejudo and how much of a lock Merab was? Or where do you want to start from last week's card?
I didn't lose any money on that
round one, Merab damn near got put out.
Dude, Merab should have been minus 420.
Round 2 and 3, he put on a pace. Cejudo was said to be injured. I didn't hedge out, so I only have one unit, so it is what it is.
Yeah, Dana did him so dirty too, not letting him.
I made some money on that fight, Key, because I hedged and I put Merab and Hernandez in the parlay. That was plus money. So I profit like 0.2 units, something like that. But at least I didn't lose money. But yeah, dude, he was looking good early, to be honest.
He hit him with that same check hook that Marias hit him with in the same part of the cage.
Snipe him, bro. Almighty might snipe him.
Yeah, or he's gonna get machined again.
What?
Or he's gonna get machined.
You're not what?
Is he talking?
I'm talking about Merab. Here, Key, you go first, then I'll talk.
Oh, I'm saying I don't think that O'Malley will snipe Merab.
I don't think so either. I think he's going to get blast doubled in road for 25 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's early rounds or bust for O'Malley there.
Maybe. We all called Tupuria too. And
Yep.
He's going to be a champ for a long time.
Dude, it's going to be a very long time.
And now people are talking about Volk being washed or something. Like, I mean,
dude, Volk looked good. He won that first round.
Yeah, he was
won the
good.
First round. So I don't know what people are talking about. It's just like Tupuria landed the shot he needed to. I mean, that shot's putting Paulo Costa out if he hits someone with that. So I don't know.
I'm surprised Volk didn't wrestle.
How are you gonna wrestle that guy?
Did he shoot a takedown? I think
he would. Volk can wrestle. I really thought that Volk would put a little bit more wrestling, especially along the cage, because that is where Tupuria is most dangerous.
Yeah, and he backed him right up and sniped him. Yo, how about Zhang with the KO? Zhang with a big KO.
He looked terrible before.
Yeah, he did. And what about Fluffy? What about my boy Fluffy?
That was so fun as fuck.
Fluffy made me a lot of money, dude.
I got him live minus 110. I got a live minus 110.
Fluffy ITD, Fluffy round 2, Fluffy in parlays. Like, I mean, I'm a Kopylov, guys, but I told you guys, like, he will get smashed.
We're going to get a great price on him next fight.
Kopylov, I mean, if he's fighting a striker, maybe. But, again, Fluffy was looking good on the feed, dude. He clipped him a couple of times. And I
mean, he's a future of the division. He's a future of the division, no doubt.
He's very good. And I love that he got clipped a couple of times into the body. And he laughed. He was laughing. I'm like, "Oh, we got this, baby. We got this."
Yeah.
And then when he gets him down in the second round, I'm like, "Oh, right where we want him, right where we want." And then he kind of choked him out. Kopylov fought the ends. That was like a good look, to be honest, at first. But then Fluffy is like, "I got him." That
was funny. He was looking at Mario Lopez too. How about that girl fight? I mean, our girl Mackenzie Dern was giving us all the angles, bro, during that when she had her down. It was wild. She was hitting us with some wild shit on the camera. But
yeah, I saw some pictures after people posted on Twitter. That was funny. But that was a good fight, dude. That was a good fight.
Yeah, she thought she won too, which is funny to me. I didn't think she won at all, to be honest. But yeah, so I mean, let's do a quick recap profit wise, and we'll go right into this next card. How we all did pretty well, right? I'm looking for the tweet. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. So BTL Parlay hit. It was plus 257, I want to say.
It was.
So that was great. I went up 13 units. Dravy, you went up almost 11 units. Key, you went up 7 units. And we had McPicks on, obviously, who filled in last week. He went up 15 units. So it was very profitable for the boys. I think this card coming up is a little scary. I'm not going to lie. I already have 2 bets that I have placed that I'm kind of like, oh, boy. It's going to be a long night. But let's get into it. You guys got anything to say before we move on?
No, fuck Limos for not finishing off Dern. Dern literally
Dude, wild.
Her nose
Let her stand back up. Let her stand back up.
Yeah, literally. That's all she had to do. She was ready to quit. She looked like she was damn near in tears. And then we go to the ground and allow her to fight her way back into the fight. So fuck Limos for that. I had Limos plus 250 KO.
Were you screaming to your TV?
Huh?
Were you screaming?
The TV was about to go. The TV was about to get thrown out the fucking balcony. But yes, that's Limos. That was a bad beat. I think outside of that, I think I had a pretty solid night percentage wise. So yeah, but fuck Limos for that.
I think the only bet I lost was Paulo Costa. That's the only bet I lost.
You almost got him.
Yeah, that spinning wheel kick was kind of fucking crazy. Oh no, I missed out on De Lima by the sub too, bro. He was going for the sub and then he gave up on it.
I mean, you killed him on the feet. He was killing him.
Oh, yeah.
The leg kicks are money. De Lima leg kicks.
Yeah, but what's next for him, bro? He's 38. He's gonna be a gatekeeper at this rate.
No, I think you keep on just putting him in fun ass fights, honestly.
Yeah, he's fun.
All right. You guys ready to start the card now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well done. All right. Our first fight of the night, we have Eric Silva versus Muhammad Naimov. Eric Silva is 9-2. He's 36 years old. He's 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. Naimov is 29. He's 5'9" with a 70-inch reach as well. You can get the odds are anywhere from plus 425 to plus 320 on Silva, minus 475 to minus 460 on Naimov. Key, we'll start with you. How criminal is it that Naimov is minus 575 on this card?
Okay, it's pretty nasty, but I will say I do have a bet on Naimov here. I actually have him on Prize Picks, so I'm not dealing with any of the books chalk. So I actually get some value on it. I think that he probably nukes him out of here. Silva is fucking garbage. I don't think minus 575. And if you're playing that, you probably need to go ahead and withdraw all your money now and just stop betting. Yeah. I mean, I understood the parlays at minus 300, even though I didn't personally even want to do it at minus 300.
I did that.
But anywhere minus 350 and on, like, just hand over your account now. This is nasty work. But Silva fucking stinks. I think Naimov rolls him here. But minus 575 on him versus a high schooler is a bad bet.
Yeah. What do you think, Dravh?
Yeah, I think they're both kind of frauds. Like, to be honest, I don't think they're good. But, I mean, just look at the line. I mean, Naimov was a big dog. He was plus 400 against Monarchy, and then he was like plus 350 against Wood. Let me just check. Yeah, no, plus 265 against Wood, and he was plus 350 against Monarchy. Then he was on short notice and up a weight class against Monarchy, and Monarchy died, but he was getting beat up in that fight. And then we know that Wood is like, he's small for the division. He's up a weight class now, and he's a bit chinny. But I mean, Wood rocked him, and he was like 10 more seconds, and Naimov was dead. Yeah, I mean, he has shit cardio. I don't rate him as a fighter, but he does have power. And he's the better striker here. I think Silva can have some opportunity early with the sub. But yeah, dude, they're at high elevation. I know that Naimov train at elevation. But yeah, I mean, Silva's now with Diego Lowe. He switched camp, and I mean, he's old. He's about to be 37, but I think he started MMA at like 29 or something. So he's not that old for MMA if we just talk about mileage. But yeah, dude, man, I mean, it's clearly dog or pass for me. It's plus 425 for Silva. So how wrong can you be, you know? But I really think I don't rate Naimov, but plus 300 to minus 475, and he's everybody parlay of the week. Everybody has him in the parlay, so you know what can go wrong. But yeah, it's a pass for me. The under's good bet probably, but I got to be dog or pass. But I guess Naimov's gonna finish him because of course Silva's not very good, but he was minus 110 I think against DJ Brown. Then of course TJ Brown's not good, but I mean Naimov versus TJ Brown, who knows who's winning, right? I mean Naimov probably win, but I'm not too confident. So yeah.
Yeah, I I agree with you. I mean, I think he's pretty much better than this guy everywhere. I don't think, outside of a volume standpoint, I think Silva throws a little more volume. But my only worry is, dude, how tired he got against that Nathaniel Wood fight. He was so tired towards the end of that fight. I thought he was going to get finished. He didn't end up. He obviously ended up surviving till the last round, but he was almost out of there quitting. And I can't remember, was that Salt Lake City or was that I can't remember if that was Salt Lake City or if that was at not altitude.
That was Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. So
yeah, I mean, he always has shit cardio, even on his regional. Like even in a Colin England fight, he got beat up in 2020 by Colin England. I mean, I just don't rate him, and I think he's gonna get finished soon, but I'm not sure if that it's gonna be that fight.
All right, shout out Blake. Yeah, so I don't know. I have him like he said. I played him. I think I parlayed him at minus 300. I mean, I never thought I would see him minus 500. So that kind of is worrisome, to be honest, which means Vegas is really counting on him to lose. So makes me a little nervous, but I think we'll be okay here. Let's move on to the next fight. The next fight is going to be a banger of a fight. We have Victor Altamirano versus Felipe dos Santos. Felipe dos Santos, he's 23. He's 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. He's 7-1. Victor Altamirano is 12-3. He's 33. He's 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. The live line, the odds on these guys are, you can get Victor Altamirano anywhere from plus 225 to plus 250. You can get Dos Santos anywhere from minus 290 to minus 335. Dravhy, do you think Dos Santos puts Victor Altamirano out and finishes him here, or do you think Victor Altamirano puts it all together and actually gets a win?
I wanted to play Dos Santos ITD, but I'm not too confident about it because I mean Altamirano he's not good, but he's very tough and he has good cardio. So I'm not sure he's gonna get finished, but I think that Dos Santos ITD is the player. If anything, it's plus 195. Maybe you can get plus 225 or something on another book than Bet Online, because Bet Online are not very good with the price on the ITD and the props in general. But yeah, I mean, Dos Santos fight against Manuel Cap was a banger. If you didn't watch that fight yet, you need to run that back now. That was a banger, dude. That was his UFC debut against a top 10 guy. And I mean, he hurt Manuel in that fight at some point. And yeah, he just showed that shooter box supplements. The dude got dropped right back up. And then crazy cardio, crazy volume. But yeah, then if you look back on his regional, he has poor takedown defense. But I mean, his fight against Manuel Cape was just so good. I just don't want to overrate him in a loss. And he's minus 300 here. He doesn't have a win yet in the UFC, but I do think he's solid. But yeah, I mean, like I said, again, I'm not high on Altamirano. I think he's decent everywhere. And I've seen him hurt against Lacerda. Weird fight versus Salvatore, who I don't rate as a fighter. And then I did bet Tim Elliott against him. So yeah, I mean, he can potentially get takedown and make the fight close if he survive. So moneyline wise, he's probably the side. I don't think Dos Santos minus 300 is a good play, but yeah, I think Dos Santos ITD is probably a good bet. But I'm gonna stay away.
Yeah, Key, what's your look here?
Yeah, Altamirano fights like an idiot. I don't really rate him highly at all. I think that Dos Santos is actually pretty decent. As Dravhy mentioned, he's on the shooter box supplements, the good Brazilian acai. And so I think that he rolls here. I was looking at ITD. I wanted it plus 200 or better. Plus 195 right now. Hopefully it can get there on another book. But I don't know. I don't really have much for this fight. Altamirano is weirdly durable, while also seeming to be out of it. So it's kind of just a weird situation. But I think Dos Santos looks good here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we wait for that we'll wait for that FanDuel drop. They always drop their props. I bet you they probably give me a plus 225 on inside the distance for Dos Santos. If that's the case, I'll probably take it as well. I think that's pretty much his only path, even though Altamirano is relatively durable, but we'll see. Let's move on to our next fight. Next fight seems to be I can't call it Twitter's fight of the week, but definitely people are questioning it on Twitter. We have Luis Rodriguez, 15-2. He's 24. He's 5'6" with a 65-inch reach. He's fighting Denis Bondar. He's 19-4 allegedly. He's 31, 5'6" with a 69-inch reach. You can find these lines anywhere from Bondar plus 102 to minus 115. You can find Luis Rodriguez anywhere from minus 113 to minus 125. So money came in on Lewis late. I'll start off with this one. I bet Bondar in his last fight or 2 fights ago. He gets a lot of takedowns. He's a high volume chain wrestler. Usually looks pretty good. His striking is so-so. I think Luis will have more of a striking advantage here. The only thing about Bondar is his level of competition is kind of suspect. You go back and you look at some of his fights on tape, and they're not even in cages. They're on like wrestling mats and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's kind of questionable. You go and look at different, whether it be SureDog, Tapology, whatever it is, they all have different odds different records for him. So like no one really knows what his record is. So that's a red flag right there. Like that guy, Moskov or whatever his name is, the guy with the neck tats, that was a fraud. I wanted to go into tape trying to bet Luis Rodriguez. I wanted to really take him, and I finished that tape being like, wow, this guy's good. He's a savage. He likes to turn things into like a banger of a fight, but he's not really, he's good everywhere. He's not great anywhere. So I just decided to stay off. This just isn't a fight where I want my money. If I had to pick a side, I would probably lean Bondar. Key, what do you think? This is, instead of a low-level girl fight, this is a low-level guy fight. What do you think for this one?
Yeah, if it's low-level men's, I have zero interest. But nah, this isn't a fight that I really give a fuck about, honestly. Bondar damn near got the life elbowed out of him at the end of his Hernandez fight. I have no interest to see if that's changed his chin or anything like that. But I hope that the Hispanic can win here in Mexico City, but I didn't watch tape on this one. I have no interest.
Dravhy, anything different there? Or do we move on to the next one?
I mean, you did talk about the resume of Bondar, but I mean, Luis Rodriguez he fought bombs too, dude. I mean, he just beat a guy who's 11-11, and they were having a competitive fight that was only a year ago. 5-1, 5-0, split decision, 5-1, 6-5. The guy is now 7-12, and then he got beat by Jerome Rivera on the Contender. We know how bad Jerome Rivera is now, so I guess that's a bad look. But I know people think that he won that fight, so whatever. That was a close fight. I don't think that was a robbery. But yeah, then I mean, the fight that he won after that, like, he's winning the fights, and they're fun fights, but they're kind of too competitive for my liking against bums. So I'm not that impressed with the guy. I mean, he's fun to watch, but I don't think he's that good. And then on the other hand, I think Bondar is you think that he's better than what he is. Like, he's too cocky. He's losing minutes on the feet. He does have good wrestling, but I mean, I don't really rate him, but I think he's a little bit better than Rodriguez here, to be honest. Also to mention, Rodriguez is cutting back down to 125, but I think the last time he did was 2020 when he fought on the Contender Series. So it's going to be interesting to see how he look on the scales. But yeah, I'm going to pick Bondar to win. But like he said, he just died last time out. So I'm not too interested to bet him, especially at close odds. But we know Rodriguez making his debut. I don't think he's that good, cutting back down to flyweight. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to pick Bondar. But again, I'm not confident, but he's plus money. So I think he's the side.
Definitely. All right, next fight. It's another good one. It's all these fights. It's like kind of a low key good card. But this one I think is going to be an interesting one. It's probably going to be close. It's Claudio Puelles, 12-3. He's 27, 5'10", and a 72-inch reach. He's fighting Fares Ziam. He is 14-4. He's 26, 6'1" with a 75-inch reach. He's pretty big for, I guess, a lightweight, not really, but You get the odds on these guys. Puelles anywhere from plus 180 to plus 165. Ziam's anywhere from minus 207 to minus 220. Key, I'll have you start us off, or Dravhy, I'll have you start us off first because we got a little Frenchman in here with Fire Ziam. So go ahead, start speaking French and tell us who's going to win.
Je pense que Ziam il va gagner, mais en même temps, je suis pas. I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah, I think Ziam is probably gonna win, but I mean minus 225 on Ziam here is a little bit sketchy because like he's not a finisher. He's a good kickboxer, good volume, good cardio. You know what he's doing on the feet, and I think that he improved his wrestling and his grappling. But again, I mean Puelles was like plus 125 against Dan Hooker, so thanks to that because I cashed Dan Hooker on that, but. I mean, that's a big step down in competition. And the difference is Hooker was too dangerous for him. So he was scared and he got hurt a couple of times. I don't think he's going to get hurt against Ziam. Maybe if he's tired, maybe he's going to get finished late, but he doesn't have to like be super careful about the power like he was against Hooker. And I mean, the guy is a wizard on the ground. Like he finds a way to go to his position and he's a BJJ black belt. Super good grappler.
He's leg locker bust.
I mean, he's sub or bust, but he did win decision before. I mean, the guy is 3-1 to the decision. So I mean, if you look just in the UFC, he has 2 decision wins. So I think that more often than not, if he wins, that's going to be a sub. But I mean, Dan Hooker to Fares Ziam, if we talk about striking wise and the danger aspect, it's a big difference, dude. And I also love the fact that he took more than a year off, almost a year and a half. And if you look on his Instagram, he look good, dude. Like he's going like he trained at Killcliff. He did train some Muay Thai. He travels around the world, training around with different type of body. He looked good on the pads, to be honest. I don't think his striking is that bad. I just think that he doesn't believe in his striking. But Ziam's going to be the better striker, don't get me wrong, but I think that he can be a little bit competitive. I don't think like it's a wash like it was against Dan Hooker because he's not going to be afraid of the power. And then, I mean, Ziam has been sub a lot, dude. Like, I mean, he's 5-3 to the submissions.
Yeah.
Ziam.
I was going to interrupt and say, what do you think about his top pressure with the wrestling? Because I know he does have more of a wrestling look now, kind of, right? Hasn't he been wrestling in his past few fights? So, like, do you think he's going to go engage on the ground?
That's another thing. I mean, he's probably not dumb, so I don't think he's going to be shooting takedowns, but he did wrestle more lately. So if you shoot a takedown, it can really be the fight. I mean, Puelles is not that good of a wrestler, but he's serviceable with his wrestling. And I mean, he doesn't even need to get a takedown. He can just roll to a legs. And I'm not too sure I can trust Ziam at minus 225 to exactly survive the submission of Puelles. So, yeah, I mean, I think Ziam win decision. But if we're talking about betting lines, like I think it's dog or pass for sure. I mean, I'm not high on Puelles. I don't think he's that good. Don't get me wrong, but he's dangerous on the ground. And we know that Ziam has been submitted a couple times. So I'm going to be looking into Puelles by sub. I think it's a good look, and it's probably going to be like plus 300, plus 350. So yeah, I'm going to be looking into that. Ziam round 3 is not round 2, round 3 is not a bad look, I guess. But yeah, he's not a finisher, so I think he's more likely path to victory is a decision, which going to make him. He needs to survive for 15 minutes and stay safe and don't get his leg fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
Puelles can get a sub in the first, and the second, and the third round. So yeah, I don't trust Ziam to survive for 15 minutes.
Jill, we'll answer. Let's answer her first question, then we'll go on to her second comment. She said, "You know, is Rodriguez chinny?"
No, he's not chinny.
I was gonna say he's got a Mexican chin. I don't think that's a thing, right?
He's
right?
Very hittable. He's very hittable. He trusts his chin a lot, but he's not chinny.
Next question was he had Dan in a knee bar, underrated ground game. I mean, Dan was sticking his thumb up his ass when he had the knee bar in to get him to get off it.
That's not what me and Key were looking at. We were focusing on the sub and what he was doing. But I mean,
that's pretty sub defense.
But yeah, you do you, bro. I mean, yeah, he still had that fucking knee bar on Dan Hooker, you know, and Dan Hooker knew what he was doing on the ground. But I mean. I like Ziam. I'm happy for him that he's improving, and I think that he has a good ceiling in the UFC, but against a dangerous grappler like that, man, I mean, it can get tricky. Do you really want to lay minus 225 on Fares Ziam?
No, dog or pass.
He has like no finishing upside whatsoever.
Nope.
Now it's the time that he's gonna tell us that he has a bet on Fares Ziam at minus 225. But yeah, you can go on. Bro.
Key, what do you got?
Here I actually disagree with Dravhy on the Ziam having a high ceiling. Were you saying Puelles or Ziam?
No, I mean I think Ziam's gonna stay in the UFC. That's more what I want to say. Like he's not gonna be top 10, top 15,
that's fair.
But he's gonna win his fight in the UFC for a long time, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. I do think that he does have the tools to stick around for a while and be a good UFC bet for a long time. Just because he is technically sound. He does fight with pretty decent IQ. But I think that he lacks some of the actual traits there is to actually be like an elite or good fighter. Rob, you mentioned earlier in the week while we were texting and stuff, talking about he's not going to hurt anybody. He just doesn't have the traits to hurt anybody. It's not like he's a guy that I'm confident if Claudio is stuck on the feet with him for 15 minutes, that he's gonna definitely put his lights out. And so that alone takes me off of a minus 210 now?
Yeah,
minus 225.
Yeah, minus 210, minus 225. I want to have the confidence you can put the guy lights out or you can get the sub, and that's neither here. So to me, a bunch of decision upside doesn't warrant a minus 210, minus 225.
Jill does her tape. I don't know. Big lock.
He did look good in that fight. I bet Ziam in that fight against Figelak. I think he did hurt him, but I mean, he was not close to finishing the fight. And the difference is he was plus 165. So I bet him as the dog in that fight. But now we're talking about minus 210. It's completely different. And we're talking about against a grappler. So I think we start a fight. And I think that's kind of a bad matchup for him.
Yeah.
And after a loss like Claudio just had, which is, in my opinion, one of those career-turning losses, either you are going completely downhill from there or you do change what's happening in camp and actually working on your skills. I think that he got exposed against Hooker. And so I think that there's so many unknowns as to what he's going to come back as, and I'm not willing to play minus 210 on a side that's not going to give me KO upside here.
I said, on his Instagram, I mean, just look, the past year he's been that's a big layoff for him, but I think that he's focusing on improving his game. That's a good sign. He's still young.
Yeah, he's very young, so I think he's going to improve too. I think it's dog or pass.
He's going for a run. Championship Puelles 2025. Book it.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Dog or pass, like you said, look for the sub prop. That's probably his most likely path to victory. I don't really see him winning a decision against a guy like Ziam, so I don't know. Let's go on to the next fight. Next fight we have here is Daniel Lacerda, the People's Champion, 11-5, 27, 5'6", 70-inch reach, and a one-round gas tank. He's going against Edgar Chairez, 10-5. He's 28. He's 5'7" with a 72-inch reach. This is booked for the third time. Are you guys taking the Danny Lacerda experience at plus 150, at plus 350 again, or are you playing Edgar Chairez at a disgusting 450? Key, I'll let you start first. What do you think?
Yeah, so I'm pissed that I didn't wait this line out. I actually took it literally last night at plus 290, plus 295. Now it's plus 345. The answer is yes. I'm down to get this experience. I got robbed last time. Yes, it does. Daniel Lacerda champ 2025 bets will be bangers.
This is the last one in his contract, right? Do you think he gets another contract?
If he wins here, you're damn right he is.
Yeah, for sure. But if he loses, does he get another contract?
No, he's done. He's done. I mean, you can't justify 0-5 in the UFC.
I know, but they're always a banger. They're always
exactly.
Good.
It's always exciting. And that's why I'm cool with the bet here. Because Chairez won. I think the Chairez is really low IQ. Pulling versus Tyra. I actually think Lacerda losing and seeing that he can get gillied was actually probably a good thing for him going into this fight. He showed that he could have some top time upside with the wrestling. He got him down pretty easily too. It wasn't like he was having to actually chain wrestle the whole time. So he got to some single legs pretty easily, got him down. Do I think that Chairez still has sub upside here? Yeah, a little bit. But I also don't think that Lacerda, I mean, call me crazy. I don't think that he's gonna gas exactly as bad as he has previously, just because I think that his pacing is a little bit better. He was actually starting to be a little bit patient in their first fight. I think that he'll look to be a little bit more patient here. I mean, if they're doing anything to shoot the box, I would hope it's addressing some of the pacing and cardio issues. Am I expecting him to fight a complete 15 minutes? Fuck no. But I do think that we could possibly get a good 7 to 8 instead of 4 to 5 minutes out of him. Yeah, and I think that that's also a concern, but I also think that 2 weeks is solid. It's better than, I think Ortega just got here this week, which is terrible. But I think Lacerda's aside here. Chairez shouldn't be minus, what is he?
440 against anyone.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I mean, I'll take that if he's fighting Sean O'Ban. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I'll take this bet plus 345. I'll also drop this on Twitter as a free book bet tomorrow too.
Yeah. So see that?
Yeah, sir.
I'll ride.
That's good money.
You can get it for the third time.
Why are you taking a worse line? He's plus 345 on
Dude,
Bell.
Pennies on the dollar.
Look at him.
Pennies on the dollar.
What was the line that he just took?
I took 330.
Oh, okay.
Dude, pennies on the dollar.
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I mean, to answer your question, I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm gonna be rooting for y'all. I'm gonna be rooting for him. But I mean, Key, to your point for the cardio thing, I didn't like that he was trying to pace himself. That's not who he is. Like if he's not doing the crazy stuff, I mean, he was doing good with his wrestling last time out, but I don't think his striking was that good because he was not reckless, so he was not himself.
Was only throwing leg kicks though.
What did you say? Excuse me.
I said Chairez was only throwing leg kicks though, and I think that fucked up a lot of his rhythm.
Maybe.
Dog or pass. Possible Puelles sub pop.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Puelles for the upset. He's getting a sub, but I'm not like super confident, but I think it's dog or pass. And yeah,
does Oliveira corner Lacerda?
I'm not sure, but
he hasn't in past fights, I don't think.
But he's posting photos with him on Instagram. But I think the Shooter Box guys just arrived recently in Mexico. I don't think they have proper time to adapt to the high altitude because it's seven. Okay, how can I say that? 7,000 feet altitude, and we know that Lacerda doesn't have good cardio first of all, and then him at altitude, dude. Like if he doesn't finish him under like 3-4 minutes, which is possible he does, but I mean Chairez is very durable and he has good cardio. So yeah, now he's fighting a Mexican in Mexico at high altitude. So I think the odds are against him this time out. He had a better chance in Vegas, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, Aaron, can you be at plus 300? Huh? So yeah, he has a chance to finish him early. I just feel like if he doesn't finish him early, he's gonna die in the cage. He's gonna have a cardiac arrest. So I prefer to pass, but I agree that he's the side money line wise. But yeah, I'm passing.
All right. You saw me lock it in. I'm playing him just for the vibes. Will I track him? I don't know. Probably won't track it, but we'll see. Jesus Aguilar, 9-2. He's 27, 5'4" with a 62-inch reach. He's fighting Mateus Mendonca, 10-2, 25, 5'6" with a 71.5-inch reach. You can get these guys anywhere from Mateus Mendonca is anywhere from minus 125 to minus 150. Jesus Aguilar is anywhere from plus 123 to plus 100. I'll start this one off. I gave out Mendonca minus 130. Okay, this guy says Lacerda split decision. That would be crazy. But yeah, so I played Mendonca minus 130, and here's why. Jesus has looked like good. Obviously, he's gotten a decent UFC. He got put in against Tatsu Taira. I mean, Shannon Ross. Thank God he put him out because so does everyone. It's kind of a no brainer. I just think Mendonca has all the tools here. He'll be better on the feet. He has good wrestling. He's got pretty much everything all together. Jesus obviously will look better, I think, towards round 3, just because we've seen some sloppiness from Mendonca early. But I think Mendonca has all the tools to, put him out on the feet. And Jesus also later in fights, like he did against Tatsu Taira. Obviously, Tatsu Taira is a world-renowned grappler, but Mendonca has very good jiu-jitsu, and I think he's live for hitting Jesus with his signature move, which is a guillotine, because Jesus didn't tap to one of the ones on tape, but I think if Mendonca gets him in one, Mendonca's a strong guy. He'll probably finish him there. Who did I go? Who did that first one? Was it Key or Dravhy?
I don't remember.
So
I'll go real quick.
All right, you go, Key. You start us.
Yeah, I think the Mateus isn't terrible, but I also think that he's. Dravy mentioned somebody earlier. I think he was talking about bondar, talking about being confident, a little too cocky, and just making bad decisions. I think that Mateus is in the same boat here. I think that Aguilar's a dog. He fights hard. I don't rate him very highly. Knocking out Shannon Ross doesn't tell me anything. So there's a fight that I probably won't touch at all. I believe Peg has a pretty strong opinion, so I'm hoping that his bet can cash if he's betting on the Mateus side. But
I think what it comes down to is this. I think Mendonca will have a strong round 1. I think if he does have a strong round 2, he'll survive round 3 if it's going to the distance. Obviously, I think Aguilar is more live the longer the fight goes. Because Mendonca does put himself in questionable decisions shooting for takedowns. So a little questionable. I think I'm willing to take the shot here, though, on Mendonca. I think this is a get-right fight for him personally. Drav, you go.
I think his name is Mendoza. I think that's how we pronounce it.
I never get anyone's name right, bro.
I know, bro.
You've been here long enough.
I mean, I don't know if you guys heard the rumors about that fight.
No, what's the rumor?
Jesus Aguilar. He beat Francis Ngannou record on the punching machine.
No way.
No, I'm just kidding. But bro, I mean, don't you think like he knocked out Shannon Ross out cool? Like he has big power, don't you think so?
Who doesn't knock out Shannon Ross though? Doesn't who hasn't is my question.
Do you think I would knock him out? Because I think so.
Personally, I think you could. Yeah,
I think I'm knocking him out if we fight. But yeah, I mean, to go back to my point, I mean, I don't think he has like big power, but he's swing. Like he's gonna pressure, he's gonna try. I don't think he's that bad, but he's always smarter. And like Mendoza has a big reach advantage, but if you look into his tape, he doesn't use his reach well at distance. So I mean, and the problem with him is he's cutting down to 125 pounds, right? We know that he used to be a bantamweight. We don't know shit about his cardio late in the fight at 125. We don't know shit because the last time he fought at 125 was against Nate Menes, and I think that was the first time he cut at 125. And I mean, he bad fight IQ, terrible, fucking rolling for leg locks and getting knocked out on the ground. That was a terrible look. But then we still don't know because I think that even at 135, his cardio was shaky. Like he kind of gassed after 6-7 minutes. And now at 125 pounds, we have no data about his cardio. Plus, he's at high elevation. So if he doesn't finish him early, what's going to happen? Nobody knows. I don't know either.
I know.
No, you don't, bro.
I know.
So do I really want to lay like minus 130 on a guy that I don't know about his cardio at 125 at high altitude? Fuck no. On the other hand, I think Jesus has better cardio than him. And I mean, I don't think he has good fight IQ either. Like, dude, if you look his contender series, he was pulling the guy on him when he tried to wrestle. That was terrible.
I think his name is Jesus. Just to clarify, it's spelled like Jesus, but it's Jesus.
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 I think Mendoza is at Shooter Bucks, right?
Yeah, he's a jukebox guy.
Yeah,
he's
at
a jukebox
right?
guy.
Pretty sure. I think he's good, dude. That's the thing. I just feel like he has terrible fight IQ, man. I just terrible fight IQ, bad cardio, high altitude, and I mean Aguilar. You talk about the guillotine on Mendoza, Peg, but I mean Aguilar has this sick guillotine. That's his move.
It's his best move.
So yeah, I feel like they're both live to finish each other, but I just trust a little bit more Aguilar cardio as the fight goes on, and yeah, I'm gonna pick Mendoza to win still because I feel like he's the better striker. I feel like he's bigger, he's stronger, but I just can't trust his cardio, and I just don't know much about him at 125. So I just kind of want to see the fight and see how it play out, and then. Because like he did look all right in the Bashat fight, so I don't really understand why he's dropping back down to flyweight. I don't think it's a good move.
How is Shannon Ross even in the UFC? He's lost his contender fight by KO.
Yeah, they signed him on short notice.
Clayton knocked out round 1. Jesus knocked him out in round 1. Ha Young Sung Park knocked him out in round 2. So, I mean, is he cut at this point?
Probably, yeah.
He's 7-5 to the KO. Month. He's 7-5 to the KO, Shannon Ross. So
we're gonna fight next month in my garage. If you want to bet on him or bet on me, it's a pick him. So you know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go on to our next fight. This one's definitely an interesting one. We have Christian Quinonez. He's 18-4. He's 27-5'8" with a 70-inch reach. He's fighting Renoe Barcelos. He is 17-5. He's 36. He's 5'8" with a 72-inch reach. You can get Renoe Barcelos anywhere from -175 to -192. You can get Quinonez anywhere from +167 to +145. Dravhy, do you think the age difference is going to be the difference here, or do you think Renoe Barcelos gets back on the right track and wins this fight?
To be honest, Peg, I have no idea what's gonna happen in that fight. Because like Barcelos maybe 3 years ago would beat this kid up, but
he was
now
a world destroyer.
I mean, he's 1-4 in his last fight. He's about to turn 37, I think, and he's slowed down in fights. I don't think his cardio is that good. And then again, he's fighting at high elevation. I know I keep mentioning that, but with guys that have bad cardio, it's important to mention. And I mean, Barcel is a very good grappler, a very good wrestler, and he's a good striker as well. But his chin is not that good anymore. Like he's getting cracked more and more in fights. He's slowed down, and he's not in his prime anymore. On the other hand, I don't think that Quinonez is that good, but he's dangerous. He hit hard, and he's going to push a pace, and he has good cardio. So his last fight was a terrible look, getting clubbed and sub by Kang in under 3 minutes. But the fight before that, he knocked out Kayed Taha, was pretty durable. That was surprising. Yeah, I just feel like it got to be dog or pass. I can't trust Barcelos at this point in his career at -190. I feel like against a guy that's dangerous with his chin concerns, with his cardio concern, with the age, with the loss streak. And then if you look a little bit deeper, he lost to very good competition, fair to him, but he's still getting cracked in these fights. He's still older now. He's not in his prime. And yeah, dog or pass for me, but I'm not confident. I feel like the under at plus money was a good bet earlier in the week, but the line got smashed. So
yeah, I think it's a buy low price. I mean, Ione is a world-class wrestler and grappler. He's good on the feet. Sure, he's been, chinned at times. And Christian's at that young age where he still can get better. He's got pretty good experience in the UFC for being, how many fights do you have in the UFC? No, he's only got 2 fights in the UFC. That he did just get choked out by what's his name, Kang. So I think he's live to get finished here. I think Ione by sub. Key, what do you think?
Yeah, I have to side with Ione here, but I don't really have many thoughts on this fight. This is a fight that I'm passing on.
Okay, this next fight is going to get real interesting. It's going to be a broken home on this podcast. The next fight is Manuel El Loco Torres, 14-2. He's 28, 5'10 with a 73-inch reach. He's fighting Chris the Problem Duncan, who's 11-1, 30, 5'10 with a 71.5-inch reach. Right now, the odds are Manuel Torres minus 190 to minus 165. Chris Duncan anywhere from plus 165 to plus 145. Let's have Dravhy go first since he's the odd man out. Dravy, why do you think Chris Duncan's actually going to win this fight?
I mean, that's a good question, right? Because everybody and their moms are on Torres this week. So I'm either going to look like a genius or I'm going to look like a dumbass at the end of the week. We're about to find out soon. But yeah, I did message Duncan. I told him about the game plan for this fight. He followed me. He did like my message. We're going to be good. I think he knows what he's doing. No, I'm kidding. I didn't message him the game plan. But yeah, still, I feel like it's going to be a banger nonetheless. Torres has upside to knock him out or just finish him early. He's fast. He's powerful. He's super dangerous. And we know that Duncan has been cracked multiple times in fights. But if we look into it, the guy that he got cracked by, guys like Charlie Campbell and Borshev, both are very, very good striker and super fast. But I like his recovery when he got dropped or hurt in these fights. And I love as well the fact that he has been improving lately. I know his last fight, Ashmos got injured. He didn't finish him, but the guy is tough as shit. If you look his regional, Ashmo, he's very tough and he has good takedown defense. But I mean, Duncan's striking and just his game in general in that fight, like his process on the feet looked way cleaner, way better. The way he was mixing up his kicks and everything, that was a good look. He also has massive cardio upside here. I know people talk about we don't really know about Torres' cardio. I do know about his cardio. Just watch the Camacho fight and the fights before that. Like after 3 minutes, dude, he was tired, dude. He still got the finish, but his face started to change. And I mean, if this fight go past 4 minutes, I feel like Duncan is like minus 200, minus 250. It's going to be an early storm. He's going to need to survive that. That's fair. But again, I mean, Torres was getting pieced up by Nicolas Mota. Then he find the kill shot with a big elbow. But he was not looking good at that fight. Like running back, that's a KO1, but he was not looking good. And the Camacho fight, that was like they were going back and forth. He looked good in that one, but he's so reckless. He's so hittable. He has a good chin, so he doesn't really care. But still, I mean, the last time that he went past 3 minutes mark was in 2018, so who knows how his cardio is going to look like. But with what I've seen on tapes in the Camacho fight, I think his cardio after 4 or 5 minutes going to be a disaster. I know he's training at altitude already, but I still think that that's not going to help him. Duncan, on the other end, is at ATT for a long time, been improving, been winning decisions. And yeah, he can get cracked, but he showed me that he can recover. He showed me that he can wrestle. I rate Torres takedown defense early, but after, like, when he gets tired, I don't think he's going to defend the takedowns the same way. And he has a speed advantage. That's a worry early. But yeah, Duncan, if you wrestle early, clinch him up a little bit, slow him down. After 3-4 minutes, we're gonna see a switch of momentum. Duncan's gonna start to take over at the end of the first round. And if there's not a finish in the first round, who do you rather be on? You want to be on Torres minus 200, or you want to be on Duncan plus 160 after the first round? I want to be on Duncan, that's for sure. We know how he's going to look like after the first round. But yeah, I mean, Torres has upside in the first round. But if you want to bet him, bet him to win by first round. I mean, that's his path to victory. But yeah, I think I love the improvements Duncan has been making. He's not like that good, but he has shown me that he can survive an early storm. He can fight good during 15 minutes. And yeah, it's gonna be a good fight, but I think the dogs decide here. But I'm only the only guy on Duncan this week. I know that everybody's on Torres, and We know that when everybody agree, everybody are on the same side. We know that doesn't tend to end well.
Key, you go first, and then I'll finish them. You go. What do you got?
The shit gonna end with them digging up a grave for Duncan, dog. That's what this comes down to. I don't really have a super strong opinion here. I agree with a lot of Drav's analysis. I think after the 7.5 minute mark, shit starts to get a little tricky and dark for Torres. But we all know what his path to victory is. I bet Torres through Prize Picks. So I did not eat the chalk on books. I would not bet this on books. I don't know why. -190 money line. If you're betting that, once again, it's not a good bet. I think round 1 KO, whatever that is, probably solid. The way that I played him, I'm happy with. But I think he gets it done here. I think that Duncan is hittable. We know that he's hittable super early on too. So I think that in Mexico City, this has the makings to be a fun knockout for the crowd.
I agree with this too. I think the same thing. I think Manuel, he's a Muay Thai guy. He's got those long looping strikes. He can be a little quick down the middle as well. I think he's got the faster hand speed than Duncan does. I think he's live for a first round KO. I know Dravhy, obviously going into round 3, this could get ugly. I completely agree with that.
Round 2, not round 3,
dude. Yes, I'm not buying the narrative, bro.
He's gonna have a cardiac arrest. He's gonna have a cardiac arrest.
Dude, he trains in Mexico City. This is his hometown fight. He's gonna have the adrenaline. Like, he trains at altitude. Trust me, I think he can go 2 rounds, not 3.
He's gonna have the adrenaline dump when his fans go crazy when he's almost finishing and he doesn't finish him.
And
you're gonna be like, oh damn, he's tired.
You mentioned also, you're like, oh, Duncan's gonna clinch him up. Oh, you're gonna go into the clinch with a Muay Thai guy with those long knees and long limbs. You're gonna get into the clinch with him, dude. He'll be sleeping with a knee. He tries to get in the clinch with them. He's gonna have to shoot takedowns. He might catch a knee there too. So I don't know. I think this is a good setup fight for him to knock him out. We'll see. Honestly, I wouldn't hate this fight going the distance, just because, yeah, sure, maybe the bet may not look good go round 3, but like, I do want to see what Manuel Torres is capable of going 3 rounds, just for, future betting optics and stuff like that. Plus, like, the longer this fight goes on, I think it's going to be a banger. So both guys are relatively hittable. I think Torres has more power than Duncan does too. So I think Duncan either finishes him early, or we're in for a banger of a fight. And round 3, like you said, it could turn into more of a wrestling match. But I'm going to side Torres. May sprinkle the KO prop, may not. Haven't decided, but I gave him out -130 money line. All right, that's Twitter's fight of the week. This next one is Key's going to start us off, because this is what we were missing last week. It's I don't want to call it be disrespectful and call it a low-level girls fight, but it's a girls fight. We have Yasmin Jauregui, 10-1. Jauregui. Yasmin Jauregui. 10-1, 24, 5'3" with a 64-inch reach. She's fighting the Sam Page Hughes. She's 8-5. She's 31, 5'5" with a 64-inch reach. You can find this fight lined anywhere from -500 to -660 for Yasmin. You get Sam Hughes anywhere from +425 to +390. Start us off, Key.
Yeah, so Jauregui is my girl. I'm an honorary Mexican for the week. I think that this is a pretty easy spot. The line is actually correct. -530, that's about right. Hughes has no path to victory here. Unless she decides to bring a gun inside the octagon, I really don't. There's really no way that she's getting this done. Yasmin is good. The only people that will give Yasmin problems are people that actually do have power in this division. She's actually went up in 2 out of 3 of her fights have been that. Estela Nunes, who's a good striker at distance, and then Gomes is just a straight up bully in there. I think that I was hoping that the market would be super low on her after her getting sparked out super quickly. But I think that Yasmin is the goods. Especially, I think that she's just gotten some tough matchups to start her career. 3 fights versus 3 dogs, in my opinion. I do rate Estela Nunes pretty highly whenever it's just a pure striking matchup. But I think that she's the goods here. What I will say, ITD being plus 160, that's kind of nasty in my opinion. I will be probably looking to see if Bovada drops some late round props that are enticing. Plus 1,000 around 3. I think that it will be a volume type of finish. Yasmin is aggressive, so I do think that the finish is possible here. But like I said, I think that she can wrestle. I think that she can strike here. Her boxing is levels and levels above Hughes here at altitude. Pretty sure Yasmin trains at that. Hughes is known for her cardio, so that's not going to be an advantage for her here. I think that Jauregui completely wipes the floor with her. I really would like to see them give her a vet, a real vet for her to dance on and to actually show her skills against. I don't like the way that they're matching her up because I do think that she has real star potential. I believe she's probably 24 now, or something close to that, 24, 25. So I really do think that has potential star written all over her in this division. But like I said, I think Jauregui is the side here. Late round props potentially if you can get some good props. But yeah, this is a solid fight to just watch.
It's gonna be her birthday tomorrow, I think. She's gonna turn 25.
Oh, 25.
It's gonna be a birthday week boarding.
I mean, I fucking regret 2 things about this fight. I regret passing on the under 2.5 at plus 250. And I also regret not parlaying Yasmin at minus 300, minus 350. Because I agree with Key, Sam Hughes win fight based on outpacing her opponents when she can make them tired. Yasmin's not gonna gas out. She has good cardio, and she's the better striker, and she's the better grappler, and she hit harder. She's more dangerous. She has all the upside. I mean, I think that she has very, very good takedown defense, Yasmin, as well, and she has good wrestling. She has not really shown it, but her grappling is pretty good. She's been training with Moreno, so I wouldn't be playing her KO. So be careful about that. I think she can submit Sam Hughes if she wants. So I think the ITD is a good bet, but man, I mean, the under 2.5 was plus 250. So I was thinking that maybe we get ITD at plus 275 or something, plus 300. And then I waited and money came in on the under and I got burned because I'm not playing that at the current odds. I do respect Sam's toughness. I think she's hard to finish. And yeah, I just think that Yasmin is very live to finish her in that spot. And yeah, again, the narrative about the altitude in that fight is not relevant because they both have very good cardio. But Yasmin is just so better than Sam Hughes, in my opinion. And yeah, I cashed Denise Gome plus 350 against her last time. I also cashed the under 2.5 plus 130. Difference is Gomes is powerful striker and she caught her early. But again, if they rematch 10 times, I don't think that's the same outcome every time. But Yasmin chin is not very good, but I don't think Sam has the power to take advantage of that. And we know that Gomes eat like a truck, so yeah, I don't put too much into that, but just pissed me off that there's no recency bias because she was a minus 500, minus 450. She got KO under 30 seconds, and Sam Hughes just won a fight at a plus 250 on the underdog, and now there is no recency bias. Yasmin's still a big favorite, but I think big price tag is justified. ITD is probably the play, but I'm not gonna be investing my money into this fight at these odds.
Yeah, I parlayed Yasmin with Naimov and Farid Basharat for next week. I want to say I got her. They don't, when you take a picture of a ticket on FanDuel, they don't show you the odds. I'm going to check the odds in a second. I think she's the clear side. This is pretty much a setup fight for her. We know Sam Hughes is tough, so she'll bring it on longer. Does Sam have any win condition? Yeah, bringing a gun into the arena and shooting her, just like Key said. So, yeah, I parlayed her at minus 450. I got Naimov at minus 300, and I got Basharat at minus 450. It's 1 unit to win 1 unit, so even odds. Happy with that bet. Probably just going to leave it there. Next fight, Raul Rosas Jr., 8-1. He's 19 years old, 5'9" with a 6'7" reach, which is crazy. He's Dravhy's age. Ricky Turcio, 12-3. He's 30, 5'9" with a 71" reach. You can find Turcios anywhere from plus 180 to plus 210. You can get Rosas anywhere from minus 210 to minus 275. I'll start us off with this one. I went into tape watching. I started with Turcios because I wanted to get a bet while he was higher odds. Went into that tape, and my first thought was, holy shit, how bad is this guy? I don't really think he's that great. I don't really see him being in the UFC much longer, to be completely honest. Sure, he's 2-1 in the UFC, but he's winning a split decision against Kevin Natividad. He got a split decision versus Brady Highstand. I mean, he's very durable. He's good on the ground. He's got high volume. There's like a meme stat of his. I think he had a 15% striking percentage. He threw 235 strikes against Ayman Zahabi and landed 15 of them or something like that. Something crazy. He's not very good. Rosas, on the other hand, I mean, obviously we know he's a very good wrestler, very good grappler. Got a little bit better on the feet, but knocking out Terrence Mitchell doesn't really say much about him. I think for this one, I played fight to go the distance plus 100 for 1 unit, just because both guys are very durable. Both guys have good ground games. They both don't really quit. I mean, unless you guys can see a knockout coming from Rosas, I don't really see this fight ending any other way than going to an ugly decision. I'm sure Rosas will win a decision there, but I mean, I don't even understand how this guy Turcios is still in the UFC, to be honest. I don't think he will be much longer. You go now.
You don't consider a sub? Like you're saying, you don't see a KO, so you think it's
not really. Dude, people keep saying that, but like, don't get me wrong. Isn't Turcios a Gracie black belt, bro, from Texas, like 10th Planet? Like, isn't he a black belt down there? Like, why would he get subbed?
I'm not sure he's a black belt, but have you seen how Rosas fights in the first round, bro?
Yeah, he gets crazy back control like a backpack, but I don't think
he's super aggressive with the sub, like super aggressive.
Yeah, but Turcios' scrambles are pretty good, dude. Like he's not easy to get down, and I don't think he's gonna give up his back right away. And even I don't think he's gonna tap either. I think he's gonna fight the hands and ride it out.
I mean, he has good scramble, but he doesn't have good takedown defense.
No, but the scramble is all you need here. I don't know. He's never been subbed. He's never been subbed before. He's won by sub and I think it was Bellator. I want to say. I think he won by sub, but I don't know.
Anyways, I'll have to disagree with you. I think that Rosas is live for a sub here, especially early, and because like I said, I'm very confident that Rosas can get takedowns. Very confident, and yeah, he's super dangerous. He attacked the back, and he's going to try to work for a sub. So, yeah, the sub round 1 at plus 550 is a good bet. I'm not sure I'm going to get there, but I love it. Yeah, maybe he can win the decision. Maybe he can be a little bit sweaty if he got a distance, because we have seen Rosas slow down in fights. Now he's at altitude, but yeah, he's very young, so he's going to be improving from fight to fight. I don't really rate Ricky Turcios. He used to be a volume guy who put insane pressure, but he didn't look good in his last performances, in my opinion. And yeah, he's not very dangerous either. Yeah,
I don't think he's never looked good, to be honest, but that's just me.
But he did look all right on the road to not road to UFC, but
tough.
Yeah, he did look good and tough. Like he was breaking guys, he was putting insane pressure and stuff like that. But in the UFC, I'm not impressed. So. Yeah, I think that's kind of a setup spot for Rosas. I know people are low on him. People love to fade him. I know Key's kind of high on the kid, so I'm going to let you continue, bro. But I think he's going to find a sub here. Going to be looking into that. Yeah, the only worry is the cardio, really. But, yeah.
Do you think anyone on that, let's be honest, anyone on that Ultimate Fighter season, do you think anyone was really good on that whole card?
He fought Brady Easton.
Yeah, I don't think Brady's that good, to be completely honest. You think he's good?
I mean, he's what, 3-0 in the UFC? 2-0?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think he's that good, but yeah, he fought him in that was like his for the final, I think it was. I don't think he's that good, but he's a decent wrestler, and he puts a good pace, and he has good cardio. And then again, I don't really care the guy that he has been fighting were bad. I don't really rate him as a fighter in general. So yeah, like you said, the fight against Zahabi for me was just like the dude was shadow boxing like a dumbass in the cage, man. He's kind of dead to me. But maybe you can show me something else in this fight.
All right, Key, you got anything different from what we broke down here? Do you want to get involved in this fight?
I would have liked Rosas sub if it was any better than plus 150. I think Rosas is actually a really good grappler. I think he's actually like a top level type grappler for this division. I think that he ends up wrestling and gets some top time and some back control. Turcios, he's a good, actually a decent grappler. But last fight, that was head scratching to say the least. Well, not last fight, but the Zahabi fight. And I don't think that the Natividad fight was actually that good either. But and for what it's worth, I think that Brady Highstand is absolute dog shit.
Yeah, he's horrible, bro. Yeah, I don't think so. Dude, that guy Dana Batgaral had him literally finished and just death gas and then got knocked out.
I actually had a Dana KO.
Me too. But like
I had him money line.
I don't think he's a good striker. I think he has a bad chin, but he has good wrestling, good grappling, and good pace, good cardio. So that's not bad for UFC fighters. You know, most people don't have that. So
yeah.
I mean, I can't wait to see him get sparked out soon. I think there's a Rosas spot. I have no interest in money line minus 210. And this is once again confusing matchmaking. I don't think that this is the guy that you give Rosas in Mexico City. You give him another Terrence Mitchell type fight in Mexico.
100%. I agree. And I kind of think, honestly, like we saw against C-Rod, obviously Turcios is no C-Rod by any means, but I mean, we saw how quickly he fizzled out after round one. Like, who's to say he's not going to do it again at high altitude? Sure, he probably learned his lesson. He's 19, but like, I think, like, what do you guys think the sub is live after round one? Like, do you think round two, round three subs coming, or do you think Turcios, like, he's pretty active when he's on the ground? So like, I don't see him just like accepting back control or something like that.
I mean, if he gets the back in any round, he is live to finish, but it's tough because I don't know if he's willing to put out a pace like he did versus C-Rod. I would hope that he learned his lesson there in terms of just completely not managing his.
He pulled like a Hamzat where he just shot out right out the gate, hoping he could just get him down and sub him like Hamzat did
also,
to Kevin Holland.
But for what it's worth, and I'm willing to die on this hill, this is completely unrelated. Usman and Hamzat was a draw. Just so.
You think so?
I think Usman won the last two. And 5 round, Usman eats him.
I agree with that. I think
if he doesn't die in the first round, I think that's always that. And I mean, C-Rod's against Turcios. I probably line C-Rod about minus 300. So
easy.
I mean, Rosas did his thing in the first round, but he blew his gas, and it is what it is. But yeah, Usman in 5 rounds maybe, but still, he needs to survive the first round. We kind of know with Hamzat now, like his cardio is not good. I mean, not to say it's garbage. He still fight to his cardio, but in a 5 rounds fight, if he doesn't finish the guy, it's going to be tricky. I really want to see Chimaev versus Rakhmonov, but we're never going to see that one.
I think Shavkat eats him.
Yeah, I think Shavkat does too, because he has the wrestling to keep it on the feet. Let's move on to the next fight. Daniel Zellhuber, 14-1, 24-6-1 with a 77-inch reach. He's fighting Francisco Prado, who is 12-1. He's 21. He's a 5'11 with a 69-inch reach. This is a young man's bout. Let's see. Zellhuber is anywhere from minus 260 to minus 300. Prado is anywhere from plus 225 to plus 200. Key, start us off on this one. Let me go last.
Yeah, I'm a big Zellhuber guy. I bet him these last times out. I don't. He's weird. Yeah, he was able to lock up the Anaconda, versus Christos, but I didn't necessarily like how that fight was playing out up until that point. I expected Zellhuber to pitch a shutout, and he just didn't. Prado is going to crash the pocket. We know what he wants to do. He wants to bang. I think Zellhuber's better everywhere here. I think that he gets it done. Once again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. I don't think that this is a matchup to give him in Mexico City, though. Like, I think that there's a couple other ways you could have went with feeding him another vet and just letting him have a pure showcase fight, but it is what it is. I think that Zellhuber gets it done here. But I like that Eric Nixick in his corner. He's the guy for him. I think that Zellhuber has a bright future. You're muted, Dravhy.
Yeah, you're right, dude. He's good. Like, I bet him in his debut. I bet his ITD against Ogden, I think, got burned there. But he just didn't show up. So that shit kind of happened in UFC debuts these days, you know. After that, I bet him at Pick'em against Venata. That was, by the way, it says decision win, but should be in a KO1. Ref was too patient, in my opinion. That was a KO1. And then Giago sub, I played the under in that fight. So, I mean, he got cracked against Giagos early. He has an insane chin, in my opinion, but he also has a very good recovery, as shown in that fight. So that's good to know. He also has insanely good takedown defense. Very impressive. He has good front chokes, but he's shining in the striking department. He has a lot of tools on the feet. He has very good cardio, decent volume, good power. But I don't think he's that much of a finisher, to be honest. He's good. He's not a bad finisher, but I don't think like he's an insanely good finisher at the same time. Yeah, the Almeida fight again, he showed his chin in that fight, but that was a scrap. That was a good fight. And then Prado show up against Mararki, UFC debut. I think that was on short notice. He got kind of wrestle fuck in that fight. I don't rate his takedown defense. And then he got a KO in the first round against Azaitar. It didn't look like super great on the feet, but he's dangerous. He hit hard. He has good boxing. He has good ground and pound. Decent submission game. I mean, not decent. He has good subs, but I don't see him getting any takedowns in that fight. I don't see him getting a KO at a high clip, and I rate his durability. My only concern is cardio. As the fight goes on, maybe he can slow down and Zellhuber can pick a finish. If not, I think the more likely outcome is Zellhuber by decision. He's gonna lend more volume. He's gonna defend the takedowns. He's gonna have more tools on the feet. He's gonna have a better striking at distance. He's gonna be bigger as well, fighting at home. He has everything for him. Like you said, Key, I love his coach, Eric in his corner. That's very good. He's training at Extreme Couture, of course. So yeah, he has been improving. He's gonna be improving from fight to fight, and I think that he has top 15 material as Zellhuber. So yeah, I'm gonna pick him to win by decision.
Okay. Is this mic on?
Yeah, you good?
All right. I think Zellhuber is gonna win this fight. He's only been looking better. I think that I want to say, did he do his last fight at Extreme Couture, or is he back in Mexico for this? But
I think he was Extreme Couture. I'm not sure.
I think Extreme for a lot of it.
So I think this is a good fight. I think obviously Prado is always live for an early finish, especially if he gets on the ground. His ground and pound is vicious, but Zellhuber usually keeps it on the feet, and I don't really think you want to really box with Zellhuber. These odds are way too wide. I don't think I'd ever play Zellhuber at minus 260 here. Like just because of how live Prado is, especially early. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I think Zellhuber probably wins. I think he wins by decision. I missed what you guys said. What did you guys predict?
I say same.
Dravhy.
What did you say? Excuse me.
I said I picked Zellhuber by decision. What did you guys pick? I missed your guys' breakdown.
Oh, I got Zellhuber by decision as well. But
cool.
Contrary to you, I do agree with the line. I think he should be a big favorite.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next fight, our co-main event. This is a 5-round fight, by the way, guys. A 5-round co-main event. It's El Pantera Yair Rodriguez, 18-4. He's 31, 5'11 with a 71-inch reach. He's fighting Brian T. City Ortega, 15-3. 33, 5'8 with a 69-inch reach. You can get these odds anywhere. You can get Ortega anywhere from plus 126 to plus 135. You can get Yair anywhere from minus 146 to minus 140. Dravhy, you go first. What do you think? Do you think Ortega actually gets the sub here or shoots the takedowns, or is Yair just going to use him as a Wing Chun dummy and beat the shit out of him like everyone else does?
Yeah, I don't have a strong read like you guys on this fight. The only thing I'll say is last time Rodriguez was, I think, plus 140, plus 150. Now he's minus 150, so definitely not the same value. He has been more active than Ortega. Ortega has a lot of injuries coming back after a long layoff, so we don't really know how he's going to show up. But I mean, he has very good BJJ, super dangerous. We know that Rodriguez can. I think that he's susceptible to get submitted sometime soon. I don't think his ground game off his back. He has good subs off his back, but I think that Ortega can, if he gets on top, he can be dangerous. Last time out, he was able to land a takedown, and then he injured himself. But still, I think that he can land takedowns. I think if you pressure Yair, it can get a little bit tricky. He has good boxing. He's very tough. That's like my biggest concern here. Like, that's a 5 rounds. We know that Rodriguez sometimes slow down in fights. And Rodriguez has good kicks. He's flashy with it. He's going to tee off on Ortega more than likely. But then what happens if Ortega can just walk him down and take the beating? He's live for a sub at any moment. So I think that Yair's the side. I just feel like he's the much better striker. He's going to kick the shit out of him. But yeah, if Ortega like makes the boxing, the pressure, and the takedowns, he can potentially make the fight interesting. Just that laying chalk this time. Last time out, I picked Rodriguez at plus money. I think you guys both got plus money, so you did your job. I just don't like laying chalk here on him. Yeah, I don't have a strong read on the fight personally. I'm gonna pick Yair to win. But yeah, I'm just not confident on the outcome personally. I think Ortega's live for a sub, but if he doesn't get a sub, like what is path to victory, I don't really know. So yeah, you guys can go on and explain to me why Rodriguez is gonna kick the shit out of him.
Go ahead, Key.
Okay.
You think Yair can win by sub?
I think Yair can win by decapitation. El Chapo coming out of prison and smacking the shit out of Ortega, anything. I think that this is I got 4 units plus 130 on Yair. Wish I would have went 5, honestly. He's good till minus 250 here. This feels somebody said Limos Dern. It does feel similar, but with a little bit more IQ and a little bit more diversity in striking. Ortega, if we're looking at his wins, he's constantly, yes, he's a guy that finds a way to win, versus mid to high, lower, older guys. Think about the Cubs, Swanson, Guillotine. He has this, I don't know what the obsession is. I don't know if it's the big cup that he wears. I don't know why people are just so in love with this guy. But he was getting, the shit kicked out of him on the feet versus Yair. I know numbers may not say that all the way just because UFC stats people, they count any sort of jab. If it lands on the hand at all, they're pretty much going to count it. So it's a little bit skewed in that way because he is a zombie that's just sort of walking forward the whole time. There was a sequence where Yair hits him with a front kick, pivots, ends up clipping him with the right, and then that was the sequence that led to Ortega wrestling and then getting the fight down. Keep in mind, Ortega's shoulder got injured off of Yair actually fighting for armbar, attacking armbar off bottom. I think Yair's guard is active enough. I don't really see much top time with Ortega here. Yair should be able to do anything that he wants to him on the feet. I mean, Ortega is a complete punching bag. And I just wanted this to stat that's a little bit skewed just due to him fighting Max and Volk. But strikes absorbed per minute, 6.66 for Ortega. I'm not sure where that ranks in terms of high-level fighters, but that definitely has to be at the top. This guy is a complete punching bag walking forward. What is he really going to give you outside of some sort of meme sub where he either pulls Gilly off of a clinch scenario or he gets an arm bar off of a weird scramble? I don't really see that being a real outcome for him pretty consistently. Therefore, I think that this is minus 250 or better. I think it's an instant Yair spot. Yair has fought more recently, been more active. Ortega's last win is October 17th, 2020. His last fight is the last time he fought Yair, and Yair has fought 2 title fights since then. So I don't think that Ortega has any real upside here at plus, what is he? Plus
135.
Okay, yeah, plus 135, plus 126 on bet online. This is a no-brainer Yair spot. I'm not really sure why people are overthinking this here. Yair's grappling isn't bad. He creates space well. He attacks and goes for subs. He's very aggressive off of bottom. Ask Josh Emmett. I think that he also has the potential to knock Ortega clean out. And Ortega keeps talking to this like he wants this big war and shit like that. That does not benefit him.
No,
he's not going to be able to walk through hell versus this guy. There's too much diversity. There's too many kicks. I expect for Yair to put on an absolute masterclass on the feet, and honestly, just an amazing performance of what striking in mixed martial arts can look like. I think there's an easy Yair spot at plus 130. This was a no-brainer. Yes, I will track plus 130 because some of my members also got plus 130. So I'll take this plus 130 and keep it moving.
Yes, you will. All right. So you basically did the breakdown perfectly. There's not much I have to say. I'm going to ask you a question because this is the only thing that lingers in my head. How do you think Yair looks and how this fight goes in rounds 4 and 5? Because we have seen Yair slow down slightly in those fights, and that's kind of where Ortega can start to turn it on. Do you worry about that at all?
Yair's on steroids.
Okay.
He trains at altitude. Just for reference, also, Bilal Muhammad is definitely on steroids, for what it's worth. All those Valley Flow striking guys, for sure. But I think that Yair will look fine late, and I also think that Ortega will be damn near – his brain will be damn near on death's door at that point. I don't see much upside there at all. And at plus 126, plus 135, is that really the outcome you want from a slight underdog?
No. Not at all. So I agree. I got him plus 105. I played him for 2 units. I'm tracking that as well because I track all my bets the second I take them because that's when I send them out to my Telegram.
Yeah, right. I almost did the Subaru parlay. We almost missed by 1, which was during by sub. It was plus 1100 on the parlay, so we almost hit it.
No,
I'm gonna
plus
try
11,000. Plus 11,000.
Plus 11,000. Yeah, that's not what I said.
No, you said 1,100.
Oh yeah, plus 11,000 exactly. So, gonna try to hit 1. We're close to hitting 1. I can feel it, but there's no fucking props for every fight yet. I don't know what they're doing. Are they on vacation and they didn't tell us? Like, what's going on? Because we need these props. We need to build these fucking Subaru parlay and everything. So, yeah.
I think it's tricky. I think it's tricky right now with props because, there's a lot of variables this card with altitude. People are either going to quit early or they're going to go to decision because they're too tired to finish someone. I think that's part of it. I also think they're kind of waiting for the bigger books to drop the line so they can set their lines. They obviously always follow Bet Online closely. I think it comes down to that. But I think that's why we haven't seen it yet. This next fight, let's go to the main event. The main event is Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval. It's Brandon versus Brandon. Brandon Moreno is 21-7-2. He's 35-7 with a 70-inch reach. Brandon Raw Dog Royval, he's 15-7. He's 31. He's 5'9 with a 70.5-inch reach. You can find these odds anywhere from Moreno minus 300 to minus 285. You can get Royval anywhere from plus 245 to plus 230. I'll start this off. I do have a bet on this. I played Royval early at plus 207. I kind of thought I was going to get some crazy value because I think obviously Pantoja laid out a game plan on how to beat Royval. You take him down, you hold him down. I kind of think Royval is more cheeky for a sub here on the ground. Obviously, Pantoja is a decorated jiu-jitsu guy. Moreno's jiu-jitsu is pretty good, but I think there's always chance you get that meme sub with Royval. Let's talk about the fight. That's the fight on the ground. Obviously, the wrestling's there to get him down and keep him down. But let's talk about Royval recently, right, against Pantoja. His best 2 rounds were round 4 and round 5. He's live the whole fight. Now let's talk about the last time these two fought before the freak injury. It wasn't a real finish. It was a freak injury with the shoulder. But he was rocking Moreno on the feet. He was beating him up on the feet. So I think he's very live to do the same thing. And, I don't think his wrestling defense has really improved on short notice, 3 months away, not even. But I don't know. I kind of give Royval a little more credit than he might be due here. I could be wrong. Brennan Moreno, I kind of always treat him as like an old guy, like, oh, he's been around forever. But at the same time, he's 30 years old. He's just got a lot of experience. He's went from getting into the UFC to getting kicked out of the UFC to back in the UFC to getting the belt and then just fighting a bunch of rematches over and over and over again. So I don't know. I think the value is on Royval here. I still think it is at plus 245 just because at plus 245, getting a guy in Raw Dog is going to fight for your money. Sure, the takedowns might be there all fight, but I don't think that's Moreno's game plan. And as long as this fight's on the feet, I think it really looks closer to plus 150. Suzanne says Taylor Luna and Moreno with the unlimited title shots. Drav, you go next. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, I tend to agree that at these odds, it's Dorgo pass because, Royval is super dangerous on the feet and on the ground. He has insanely good cardio. So even on short notice at altitude, he always trying at altitude. So at high elevation. So I don't really put that against him. He's a dog. He's going to fight for your money. So I don't think you made a bad bet, to be honest. I do agree that Moreno's probably going to win because he has massive wrestling upside. He has good enough BJJ to potentially survive on the ground. He has never been finished, and I think Royval need the finish to win. So I think Moreno can win a decision. I think he can finish Royval at some point, but I'm just not too confident. I think he can go Moreno decision. I think he can go Royval finish. But again, I've never seen Moreno getting finished, and he fought a guy like Figueiredo in his prime, Pantoja twice, and yeah. So at the same time, Pantoja and Royval to not go the distance was minus 400, and now this fight is minus 135, I think, to not go the distance. So it's probably the way I will play that if I wanted to play the fight, or Royval money line is probably the side. Moreno chin is not is very good, but recently he has been cracked a lot. I know it was against a big hitter, but Royval is dangerous, reckless, and he's gonna go for it. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Moreno to win, potentially a decision, but yeah, I'm just not confident. So I don't have a strong read on the fight. But if I had to make a bet, will be either Royval or it will be fight doesn't go the distance.
Say Moreno doesn't get the takedown. Crazy world. He doesn't get the takedown.
He doesn't get takedowns.
Say he does. Just entertain me. Say he doesn't get the takedown and he tries to stand and bang for 5 rounds. What do you line that fight?
I think he has more tools on the feet, more volume. I favor him on the feet personally, but I think it's close. But I see no world where he doesn't get takedowns. That's impossible to me.
I agree because he gets knocked down by a breeze or taken down by a breeze, rather. Key, what do you got? Finish this up.
Yeah, I don't have any interest at these odds in Moreno. I think he is the side. I think he has a lot of grappling upside here. I think that he does win this fight. I'll ask y'all this. What is the next step for Moreno after this? You can't put him in another rematch with Pantoja automatically, right?
They're probably
yeah, I think you kind of got to, I guess.
Yeah, they're going to do that.
Who else is coming up at 125? Who's another person coming up?
Yeah, Yeah, they could rebook Albazi, but I think they're or they could do Moreno versus Manel Cap or Moreno versus Albazi for title shot. But I mean, Pantoja need to fight somebody too, so I think they're gonna rematch the fight. And the last fight was a banger. It was a banger. So yeah,
301 is coming up in Brazil, and they need a headliner now that they took away Poatan and Jamal.
So
Hill.
stupid. That's called Dana being unprepared for 300 and moving that. He literally
this is so underwhelming.
He messed up the dude. You could have got the probably. They'll make it. He says Pantoja again, or she does. Dude, that's such a mistake. You're getting a guy in Poatan, who probably became one of the biggest Brazilian stars as of recently, and you could have had him main headlining that card, but instead you move him to 301 because you couldn't put anything else together. Who's going to headline it now? You also have Jailton Almeida and Curtis Blades fighting on 300 too. So what Brazilian are you going to have headlining that? Are you going to give it to Pantoja? I mean, that's fine, but who's he going to fight? And Mir is hurt. Albazi still hurt.
I'm gonna tell you, Charles do Bronx Oliveira. He's gonna finish Arman Sarukian, and then he's gonna bounce back at 301, headline the pay-per-view.
That would be amazing, but I hope so.
Probably not gonna happen if we're being real.
No, but we'll see. I don't know, dude. Who do they give Pantoja? There's no one to really give.
If Moreno get a quick finish, maybe they can do Pantoja Moreno 3. Who knows, right?
Yeah, you could do that, and those guys don't really cut weight, I feel like, so that would be a pretty good one. Yeah, all right, guys, that's the show. That's the full breakdown. We're gonna give you guys our BTL parlay. Dravhy's got a Subaru parlay cooked up, and then we can just give our endings and peace out of here. What do you guys think for the BTL parlay? Drav, let's start with you.
I mean, y'all gonna take Yair Rodriguez, that's for sure. So I'm not gonna let you this leg. I'm gonna be boring. I'm gonna take Daniel Zellhuber minus 260.
Damn, I was just about to take him.
Okay. I got Yair.
Already knew. So Daniel Zellhuber minus 260. That's my leg. Yair Rodriguez minus 146. Key leg.
I'm gonna take Naimov minus 575.
Bro.
No, I'm kidding. I don't want to take any of these chalky ones. I want to make it interesting. All right, I'm between two guys right now. Try and guess who I'm between. If you pick whichever one you pick first is the one I'm going with. Take a guess.
Mendoza.
No, one more.
Bondar.
No, I'm gonna take Barcelos money line.
No, minus 190, bro. That's nasty.
What do you want me to do for the parlay, bro? Bondar is a coin flip on that fight.
If you have balls, you can take Puelles.
Dude, you know what? That's who my mass is over right now. Fuck it, let's do it.
You know what it gave us? Plus 553.
Okay, you know what? Actually, well, what if I took Rosas minus 210?
No.
No.
If Peg take Puelles at plus 180, it gave us plus 553. Plus 553.
That's the thing is this is meant to hit, Drav. It's meant to hit every single time, every single week.
You're like super confident on Mendoza, no?
Yeah, I am, but I don't want to expose myself to more of that just in case he does get himself stuck in a fucking guillotine. And then I'll actually break my TV. So, let's do
guys there.
I don't know. I'll leave it up to you.
Right now, the props are dropping right now for the fights that are missing.
Okay. Let's get. All right, everyone. You know the drill. We've done this before. We're getting live lines. We may pick out some live picks right now. Let's see. Where did you?
Oh my God, Quinonez by knockout. It's plus 220. That's nasty. What the fuck? Barcelos sub plus 500. Fight doesn't go minus 200. Disgusting.
Who else did they add that was missing before?
Daniel da Silva and Chairez. Da Silva KO plus 400. Da Silva sub plus 550. Lacerda, Da Silva, whatever. Da Silva plus 350 round 1. He's plus 345 money line. Oh my god, that's the same line for the round 1.
Yeah, dude, they're
That's
just giving us
ugly.
this.
Ugly. Chairez ITD minus 200. God damn, dude.
Yeah, they're not going to give us anything to work with. They've kind of screwed us this whole card,
I
honestly.
want to see Puelles. That's the one I'm. Oh, no. Oh, Naimov too. You just did Naimov. Okay, Naimov K. Oh, it's pretty decent. Naimov KO plus 210. Naimov sub plus 350.
I think he's live for a KO, not a sub.
Let me check ITD. Naimov ITD minus 125. What? I thought it would be worse than that.
Oh, man, dude, I might actually have to jump on that. At minus 600 money line, getting him inside the distance, which I do think he finishes by KO. I might take the KO prop too.
What are you sub plus 650? Kind of wild.
Yeah, what do you think of that, dude? I don't think he's really
Duncan and Torres too. Torres KO plus 125. It's ugly.
Yeah. Inside the distance, minus
Duncan
110.
KO plus 235. It's not good, bro. What? Duncan sub plus 800.
Yeah, they're not really
round 1 plus 175. That's not bad, dude. Torres won round 1 plus 175. That's actually pretty decent. That's how you win. Duncan round 2 is
plus, I don't know. You keep counting him out around 1, dude. He's very live to knock him out in round 2. He's just as live.
Do you know the last time he got a finish that was not in the first round, Peg? Do you know that?
Like 2017, I think, right?
Let me tell you, right?
Let me go back and check. Let's see.
Torres, the last time he got a K or a finish that was not in the first round. I mean, I can't even see on his.
Never. He never has. It looks like
never.
So I mean, dude, I think
when I say fucking round 1 or bust, now you get it, right? And he got subbed twice in the first round too.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not his fault. He's knocking guys out in the first round. You can't blame him for knocking.
Of course, that's his path to victory, dude. That's his path to victory. But yeah, I mean, Torres round 1, it's not bad. Plus 175.
Oh, all right. What do you guys think for? Let's finish this part. The BTL parlay. We got a little distracted here. So we got Yair. We have, what was the other one?
Zellhuber.
Also, for what it's worth, real quick, I did just play Naimov KO.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I think good, dude. What's going on?
That price doesn't make any sense.
Where you said you got what number?
Plus 210.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. I don't know, dude. I may just want to wait for FanDuel, because who knows what FanDuel is going to give me. Plus, if this book is giving plus 210, I don't know, dude. They may give me plus 250.
I might play. Actually,
we can close this out now. We got the BTL parlay, everything ready. So, yeah, what's your leg, Peg, again?
I wanted to just pick a nice chalky favorite to bring us home, but the crowd wants Puelles.
Let's go with that.
All right, let's do Puelles. Yeah, dare to be great.
53. Let's ride. Locked it in right now. And Key, don't forget to lock that in now, because you need to ride with us. So let's go.
What is it? What is it again? You got Yair minus what?
Yair minus 146, Zellhuber minus 260, and Puelles plus 180. Gave you plus 553. Let's cash.
Okay. All right. Cool. And that's plus 550. You said. Okay. Damn, dude. I may want to play this Naimov knockout now.
All right. So.
All right. Cool. What's a Subaru parlay? Give us a Subaru parlay.
No, bro. I don't have all the props now. I don't know what's gonna be. Gonna be posted on the It's gonna be on the BTL Twitter, so make sure you follow that. I'm gonna post it either tomorrow or Friday, and we're gonna post the BTL parlays as always. So yeah, you can check my dub club, guys. I still run a 50% off promo till the end of February, so make sure you subscribe to that. I have a max bet ready for UFC 299. So yeah, let's rock. This card is not very good, so be careful about your bets. Don't need to put a lot of money on this card. There's 299 coming up, way better.
Dude, next card's got great odds too for some fights. I'm gonna be giving out some picks there too.
Yeah, next card is decent, but 299 is gonna be money. So stay tuned to that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
Yep. I as always, like Robin Hood, I steal from the rich and give to the poor. My picks will always be free. They won't go out there and tout that they're great. They're good. They're free, so you can't really complain there. But all the links are in my bio. Telegram is in my bio. I just started a Discord. That's also. Oh, I didn't start a Discord. I joined a Discord. But I got a channel there. I also drop my picks there. Come there and talk if you want to talk. I'm there live all the time. All links are in my Twitter bio. Don't forget to like and sub, guys, on this page. We're really trying to get this YouTube going. So like, subscribe, comment. I'm trying to think if I got anything to give away. We'll do a giveaway for $299. What I'll give away, I don't know yet. Maybe it'll be my car. Who knows? But we'll give away something for $299. So stay live. Go ahead, Key. Give us what you got.
Picks. Join the Dub Club, $12.50 a month. You can get a free week off. In my bio right now, we're up 21 units this month alone off of 3 cards. So we're looking to extend that now. Biggest bet of the year so far with Yair at 4 units. And still some guys got, again, still minus 150 and stuff that's still valued now. Discord has DFS cores, live bets, cool ass community where we chop it up and talk. Cash pretty big on Taporia last week. Plan to cash pretty big on Yair here. So yeah, hit that link in my bio, get a free week off, and join the game.